Manchester United has been defeated in Old Trafford once again. 6 games defeated in Old Trafford. Coach has been changed, but we seem not to be seeing changes in Manchester United. Tottenham losing to Everton in the Goodison Park. If you just join us and you are new, with me is Emmanuel. Hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and hey, let's go. Charlie, Manchester United once again in Old Trafford. I don't know what is really happening. Today, I was thinking maybe last game they learned their lesson from it, but then it seems to just be dipping United into the story. They keep on making history, which is not like, it's not a good thing. What is really happening with United?
Yeah, we've all seen United not to be in a good shape this season, Last match they played against, was it Southampton, was, I think it was one game that they should give credit to Amad Diallo. I think it was an individual performance from his side that helped Manchester United get the 3 points. Because if you look at the game from the first half to the second half, until the goal came, the equalizer came, and then they proceeded to get the 2 goals. I think Southampton were a better side than Manchester United. Today, Brighton might have exposed them again, and I think, Ruben Amorim still has more job to do. There's so much for him to do at Manchester United. Their team is not that good, and it will take time for them to, come to the Manchester United we used to know. But for now, what can we say? You just have to hope for the best for them. But, their performance has been, on and off this season. They will give you an excellent performance today. Tomorrow, they will go back to the Manchester United we know. Then it keeps on, repeating itself. So I think, it's just Manchester United's, season, and there's nothing we can talk about.
The goal came under 5 minutes of the game. That was what surprised me. First shot in the game was a goal for Brighton. And I thought United in Old Trafford could have do something after Zexi got the penalty for Bruno to convert it, making it 1-1. This was a stable game, a winning game for Manchester United. But then, in the end, they just bottle it in. Is it that the coach message is not getting to the players, or rather the players are not understanding the coach, or the coach is not understanding the players? Or is it that the players are working against the coach? Because we all know that there are certain times when you change a manager, maybe things will change for good. But with under Amorim and Manchester United, the stadium was virtually like empty before the game closed. Do you think this is one of the problems United is facing?
Yeah, they are facing a lot of problems at the moment. When the results are not coming in, the supporters will definitely, be, furious and, be giving up such attitude when they come to the matches. So I think, it's a collective, something that they have to sit down and look at. Manchester United that we used to know under Sir Alex Ferguson, we saw glimpses of, their success, Jose Mourinho. But with this Manchester United and Ruben Amorim and the immediate past coaches, I think, they are still not getting the thing right. And I don't know whether it's on the field or off the field issue that is affecting the team. But I don't know. We saw Ruben Amorim's performance even before he moved to Manchester United. When they started the season, we saw what he did with the Sporting and Sporting Lisbon, and coming into Manchester United, we thought maybe he could replicate whatever he was doing at Sporting Lisbon with Manchester United, but still he has not got his signature on the team. He has not still find his fit in the team, and definitely the fans will also react to it. So maybe we just have to give him some time, because the season has still not ended. We have to give him the summer for him to do his recruitment, with the team, get the preseason, then maybe next season you will see the actual Ruben Amorim start.
Talking about actually Alex Ferguson for sure. Looking at the stats here, I think this defeat leaves United mere in the bottom half of the table, 12 points off the top 4, and on course for their worst ever Premier League campaign. They have lost 10 of their 22 Premier League games this season. The earliest into a league campaign that they have hit double figures for defeat since 1989, 19 under Alex Ferguson. You can just imagine these things keep on happening. But then talking about United, like their defeat today, Brighton, what a performance! They didn't need to do much. They didn't need to do anything much to win that game. And the coach go with a formation. He went there with a plan, and every plan has delivered successfully for him. Talking about Minta, he scored and he also assisted the second goal as well. With Ruta coming in to get the last goal for Brighton. Brighton performance so far, they keep on proving people they want to play Europe once again this season. Will they be able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them to one of the stubborn sides in the Premier League. The teams that people mostly underrate, but they have quite some good players in the team, like Boy said, Minte, players like Karo Mitoma, and the other guys. They have Simon Adingra and other players. They have a quite good team that people have not, paid much attention to them. But for me, I think they are one of the most underrated teams in the Premier League. When you are facing them and you're not tactically disciplined, they will punish you very well. So yeah, them coming against Manchester United, who are not performing that well this season, and standing up to them and scoring them 3 goals to 1 was, just the Brighton we know. They are a very stubborn side, and they've been worrying Manchester United season and season out. This is not the first time they are picking Manchester United. So yeah, the Manchester United were supposed to, draw a plan or a strategy to face them. Yeah, because teams like that, you've played them over and over again, and I think quite of like their players. Players like Karo Mitoma, this is not the first time they're playing against Manchester United. They have quite some players in there that they've played over and over again against Manchester, but they seem not to get the proper, tactics to face that team. And I think maybe it's because of the way they change their coaches. Ruben Amorim has his style, Eric Ten Hag has his style, so definitely there'll be changing tactics. There'll be a variation. So yeah, I think Brighton and Hove, we have to give them their flowers, and they are doing a very good job in the league.
We have to give them their flowers, and they are doing fantastic job in the league. Meanwhile, Manchester United, for the past 5 games in Old Trafford, they have conceded a first goal. All the 5 Premier League they have played just before this, they have conceded a first goal in the Premier League. And this is something bad for the club. For sure, things need to turn around. Things need to turn into the way of United, because this is not the United we anticipated to be. This season, we were thinking United could have been the major club for the title this season, but then it is not so. Talking about United, Tottenham Hotspurs visited the Goodison Park with Everton, but then they failed to even get a point out there. Everton was all over the pitch, scoring 3 goals to 2 in the game. What was your expectation? Because before this prediction for following invested, you made mention that Tottenham were not going to do anything in Goodison Park, and that happened.
Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur is one of those teams that is also inconsistent. They are just like Arsenal. Yeah, they are having also, they'll come in and they'll play a very excellent game with the big guys. When they meet these teams, they'll start, doing their things. And yeah, I think still Ange Postecoglou, I think this is second season, but the Tottenham problem is above Postecoglou's, ability to solve. The reason why I'm saying that, we've seen coaches like Jose Mourinho going into the team and, failing because of some of these things. And I think, yeah, it all boils down to mentality. They don't have that winning mentality. They see themselves to be not to be the big guys. They see themselves not to be able to win the Premier League. And that is what is affecting the team. They have very good players in the team. We have Kulusevski, we have Sean Heung-min and other guys, but still they always do the same thing. And yeah, I think it's very bad. But they have to sit down properly, and Alex Postecoglou has to sit his boys down and talk to them very well, because Tottenham Hotspur should be in the top 4 always, and they should be playing in the Champions League. This is not the level of Tottenham Hotspur we used to know. We've seen Tottenham Hotspur in the finals of the Champions League about some 5 years ago, and now looking at the way they're playing, it's very bad. So Alex Postecoglou, being the head coach now, should just sit the players down and talk to them, and maybe she can turn things around. Yeah.
Maybe he can turn things around. Meanwhile, Nottingham Forest still flying in the league table for sure, winning once again for today and it was absolutely incredible. 3-2 in favor of them in their own home against Southampton. The likes of Arsenal Odoi and also their own striker Chris Wood also had a goal today. Nottingham Forest, will they play the Champions League next season? Because they seem to be flying everywhere.
Yeah, we can't strike them up. They're having a very good campaign this season. There's like Callum Hudson-Odoi and, Chris Wood are also in the form of their lives, and I think it's helping the team. I was impressed when they played a 1-1 draw against Liverpool, and I thought like now they've arrived and they are ready to compete for, whatever this season. And yes, if you look at the way they play, they mean business, and I think they have a purpose and there's understanding and this, you know, team bond and everything. So when you're on the field and you're playing, it's very difficult for you to penetrate and you'll get good against them. Yeah. If Nuno Espirito Santo will stick to his plan very well and, use the right guys on the field, I think, yes, they can be able to play in the Champions League next season because he can't write any team off. We saw Leicester City coming in to win the Premier League. So it is not about them. Teams like Nottingham Forest, who also have 50 winning the Champions League before, sometimes they put this mentality in some of the players. And when they come on the field, they see themselves to be the Barcelonas and the Real Madrid. So yeah, they can also compete in the Champions League if they are able to maintain this performance for the next 10 games or 11 games. Yes, they'll be in the Champions League.
Nottingham Forest still flying on the league table with 4 points with Arsenal, who are on the second below Liverpool. And so they have the same points with Arsenal and they are in the third position. What surprised most is Manchester United have gone back to the 13th position of the league table with 25, 6 points there. Let me put it like 26 points. And also Tottenham Hotspurs also in the 15th position with 24 points. And hey, the bottom side, yes, Southampton lost today, and they still remains the bottom side of the league table for sure. Yeah, Ipswich Town, the last time we're talking about them, and it's like they are also into the bottom side of the league table as they are still losing against Manchester City so far. So for sure, things are really, really knocking things in the Premier League in these days. And what's your last words to the fans before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I think now they all should all support their clubs, and yeah, that is the only thing I can say because at this stage of the season, if your team slips, you have to be rest assured that you're going to face a very big trouble because if you don't gather the points now and go to the later part of the season where all the teams are very serious playing against each other, it'll be very difficult for you to win the game. So that's the time you have to accumulate more points that, you know, you have to accumulate. And at the end of the season, maybe you will be in the top four. You can even, play in the Europa League. So yeah, kudos to all the teams and we are hoping they give us the best performances coming up in the next games.
Kudos to all teams, and we hope they give us the most performance in the coming games. And for sure, if you just join us and you are new, remember to be part of this amazing community. Hit the subscription button, like and share the video, and we are going to see you in the next video. And remember, who wins the Premier League? Because right now it's so confusing. I don't believe Liverpool can still win it. Arsenal not getting of their best, and also, hey, Nottingham Forest flying up. So, do you think Nottingham Forest will play Champions League next season? Let's hear your opinions in the comment section. See you in the next video. Ciao.